UK shoppers beware, the truth about Poundland in 2026 introduction, the shop that built a nation of bargain hunters for decades. One name has echoed down British high streets whenever budgets felt tight and payday felt far away: Poundland. From busy city centres to modest market towns, the green and yellow signs became a symbol of relief. A place where £1 once meant £1. A place where families stretched wages, students survived Freshers' Week, and pensioners found everyday essentials without panic. But in 2026, shoppers are asking a different question: is Poundland still the bargain hero of Britain, or has the game quietly changed? This is not a scandal story. It's not a hit piece. It's a deep dive into what's really happening inside one of the UK's most recognisable discount retailers, and what it means for the everyday shopper. Let's begin where it all started. Chapter 1. When everything was a pound. When Poundland first launched in the early 1990s, its concept was beautifully simple: one price. £1. No confusion. It thrived on clarity. No price comparison stress. No mental maths. Just pick it up and head to the till. Back then, inflation was calmer. Energy was cheaper. Supply chains were stable. And £1 genuinely stretched further. Shoppers felt clever walking out with carrier bags full of cleaning products, snacks, birthday cards, and batteries, all without denting the weekly budget. But retail never stands still. Chapter 2. The £1 illusion: what changed? By 2026, if you walk into Poundland, you'll quickly notice something: not everything is £1 anymore. There are £1.25 items. £1.50 deals. £3 bundles. Even £5 and £10 branded goods. Some customers feel betrayed. But here's the economic truth: the UK has faced years of rising inflation, especially following the post-pandemic recovery and global energy instability. Shipping costs increased. Raw materials soared. Staff wages rose, rightly so. Maintaining the original £1 model would have meant shrinking product sizes, dramatically reducing quality, significantly removing branded products entirely. Instead, Poundland adapted. But adaptation changes perception. And perception matters in retail. Chapter 3. Shrinkflation, the quiet adjustment. One of the biggest complaints in 2026 isn't about higher prices, it's about smaller products. Shoppers have noticed fewer biscuits in a pack, smaller chocolate bars, reduced washing powder quantities, toiletries with slightly less volume. This isn't unique to Poundland. Major supermarkets like Tesco, Asda, and Sainsbury's have all faced similar accusations. The difference? When a supermarket does it, customers expect fluctuation. When a shop built on everything's a pounder does it, it feels personal. Chapter 4. Is it still cheaper than supermarkets? This is where things get interesting. In 2026, savvy shoppers don't just look at price tags, they compare price per gram, per litre, per sheet. And in some cases, multipacks at Tesco work out cheaper per unit. Clubcard promotions undercut single-item purchases. Aldi and Lidl offer better value on staples. Yes, discount chains like Aldi and Lidl have tightened competition dramatically. However, Poundland still wins in low upfront spend, one-off small purchases, party supplies, seasonal decorations, greeting cards. If you need 5 random items quickly and cheaply, it still shines. If you're doing a full weekly shop, maybe not. Chapter 5. The rise of branded goods. Walk through Poundland in 2026 and you'll see something surprising: big brands. Cadbury, Colgate, Fairy Dove. This wasn't always the case. Under the ownership of Pepco Group, Poundland expanded its product sourcing strategy. It negotiates bulk deals on surplus stock, packaging variations, and promotional lines. This creates a treasure hunt atmosphere. But here's the catch: sometimes the branded item is a slightly different size to supermarket versions. So it looks familiar, but isn't identical. That's not deception. It's retail strategy. Chapter 6. Quality concerns. Are some items too cheap? Low prices raise suspicion. In 2026, social media reviews frequently question, electronics durability, kitchen utensil longevity, cosmetic ingredient quality, cleaning product strength. Let's be realistic. A £1 phone charger will not compete with a £20 certified version. A £2 frying pan won't last 5 years. But that's not necessarily the goal. Poundland's model suits, temporary use, students, emergency replacements, budget households value isn't always about longevity. Sometimes it's about accessibility. Chapter 7, The Cost of Convenience. There's another factor rarely discussed: location. Many Poundland stores sit in prime high street spots, places where independent shops have vanished. In struggling town centres, Poundland often remains when others close. That matters socially. In parts of the UK facing economic pressure, it provides affordable school supplies, basic groceries, household essentials within walking distance. Without it, some communities would face retail deserts. Chapter 8, Online shopping vs in-store bargains. Unlike major supermarkets, Poundland's online presence remains limited compared to giants like Amazon. Why? Because its strength is impulse buying. You don't plan a Poundland shop. You browse. You discover. You add to basket without overthinking. That spontaneous spending model doesn't always translate digitally. Chapter 9, Social media backlash, truth or trend. In 2026, TikTok and YouTube are filled with dramatic titles. Poundland is not cheap anymore. Don't shop here until you watch this. But viral content often highlights extremes. A £1.50 price tag becomes outrage. A size reduction becomes scandal. Meanwhile, millions continue shopping there weekly, quietly. The truth? It depends on what you're buying. Chapter 10, Who should still shop there? Poundland still makes sense for students, large families needing party supplies, craft buyers, seasonal decorators, low-income households managing cash flow. It may not be the ultimate cheapest for bulk groceries. But for accessible, small quantity shopping, it remains relevant. Chapter 11, The psychological shift. The biggest change in 2026 isn't pricing. It's trust. When a brand promises £1 and evolves beyond that, customers feel nostalgic for the original simplicity. But retail survival requires flexibility. Even global giants adapt. Just look at how pricing shifts at Marks Spencer or Iceland. The market changed. Poundland changed with it. Chapter 12, So, what's the truth? Here's the balanced conclusion: Poundland in 2026 is not the same shop it was in 2005. It is less strictly £1, more varied in price, more brand focus, more competitive, still accessible. It is not a scam. It is not a rip-off. It is not perfect. It is a discount retailer navigating inflation. The smart shopper strategy? Compare price per unit, don't assume cheaper, use it selectively, avoid impulse overspending. Final thoughts: UK shoppers beware doesn't mean panic. It means awareness. Retail is evolving across Britain. From Tesco to Aldi, from Amazon to independent shops, pricing strategies are shifting everywhere. Poundland's truth in 2026 isn't dramatic. It's practical. The £1 era was iconic. The 2026 era is strategic. Chapter 13, Behind the price tag, how Poundland actually makes money. When people think of Poundland, they imagine razor-thin margins and massive volume. And they're not wrong. But here's what most shoppers don't realize: in 2026, Poundland doesn't rely purely on selling items for cheap. It relies on strategy. 1. Bulk buying power. As part of the wider Pepco group, Poundland has access to European supply chains. That gives it negotiation leverage. If it buys millions of units across multiple countries, suppliers reduce prices. 2. Specially sized products. Some items are produced specifically for discount retail. That means slightly smaller packaging, different pack counts, limited run designs. It allows them to hit price points that supermarkets can't, without losing money. 3. Limited advertising costs. Unlike major chains such as Tesco, Poundland doesn't spend heavily on TV campaigns. It relies on foot traffic, word of mouth, social media chatter, high street presence. Lower marketing spend equals lower operating cost. Chapter 14, The Hidden Psychology of Bargains in 2026. Behavioral experts say discount stores trigger something powerful, the thrill of the deal. When you walk into Poundland, you don't just shop, you hunt. End caps are packed. Seasonal aisles rotate quickly. Stock changes weekly. This creates urgency. Buy it now, it may not be here next week. That's not manipulation. It's retail psychology, and it works. Supermarkets like Asda and Sainsbury's use similar tactics with special buys and limited-time offers. The difference is price expectation. In a discount shop, impulse feels safer. But those £1.50s add up. Chapter 15, Inflation, the Real Villain? Many critics blame Poundland for price increases. But the broader UK picture in 2026 shows higher energy costs, increased import fees, rising staff wages, increased packaging regulation. Even discount rivals like Aldi and Lidl have raised prices across multiple lines. Retail margins in food are notoriously tight. In truth, no retailer escaped inflation. Poundland just felt it more visibly because its brand was tied to a single number. Chapter 16, The Clothing Expansion. Pep companies walk into many Poundland stores now and you'll find clothing sections branded as Pep Company. Pepco isn't random. It's part of the same parent group. Why add clothing? Because clothing margins are often stronger than groceries. T-shirts, kids' pajamas, socks, seasonal jumpers. These bring higher profit potential than tinned beans. And in 2026, many families appreciate affordable fashion alternatives to chains like Primark. It's not luxury. It's functional. And for many households, that's enough. Chapter 17, Are own brand products safe? Some viral videos question safety of cheap cosmetics, cleaning products, and supplements. Here's the reality: in the UK, products must meet safety regulations regardless of price. That includes ingredient compliance, labeling requirements, trading standards, oversight. If something fails, it's recalled. Poundland operates under the same UK laws as premium retailers like Boots. Price does not equal illegality. But quality differences? That's a separate issue. Chapter 18, Customer Service, The Mixed Reviews in 2026. Reviews show a pattern: friendly local staff, long queues during peak hours, limited stock replenishment. Discount stores run lean staffing models. Fewer staff equals lower overhead. But it can mean messier shelves, slower service, busier tills. For some shoppers, that's acceptable at low prices. For others, it pushes them back toward organized supermarket layouts. Chapter 19, The High Street Effect. Here's a truth rarely discussed: in many struggling UK towns, Poundland is one of the last major chains still trading. While department stores closed and independents disappeared, Poundland remained. That has consequences. On one hand, it keeps footfall alive. On the other, it symbolizes economic contraction. When luxury shops leave and discount stores remain, it reflects shifting purchasing power. But it also ensures essentials stay accessible. Chapter 20, The Basket Test, 2026 Comparison. Let's imagine a small weekly essentials basket: cleaning spray, toothpaste, biscuits, kitchen roll, shower gel. In some 2026 comparisons, Poundland wins on individual purchase affordability. Tesco Clubcard sometimes wins on bulk savings. Aldi wins on own brand staple value. There is no universal cheapest. The smartest shoppers mix retailers. That's the real secret. Chapter 21, The Impulse Trap. Here's the uncomfortable truth: people rarely walk into Poundland for one item. You go for batteries. You leave with snacks, candles, seasonal decor, stationery, sweets. The average basket often doubles in value. So while each item feels cheap, total spend climbs quietly. It's not unique to Poundland, but its layout encourages browsing. Chapter 22, The Future of Poundland. Looking ahead beyond 2026, industry analysts expect more flexible pricing tiers, continued clothing expansion, focus on FMCG essentials, smaller store formats in city centers. Online expansion may grow, but in-store discovery will likely remain core. The £1 only era won't return. but the discount identity will stay. Final verdict, should UK shoppers be worried? Here's the balanced answer.